It's incredible what the new satellites are doing.
Modern-day satellites can give forecasters a view of tropical systems as they develop with more detail than ever before.
This year, forecasters at the National Hurricane Center will have access to a more powerful satellite-based technique for determining storm intensity.
And that software upgrade will help them save lives. Tonight, I have a look at how this modern technology is making forecasts more accurate than ever before. Like the software updates you get on your smartphone, upgraded software called the Advanced Dvorak Technique is helping satellites see more clues in tropical systems from thousands of miles overhead.
It's one of the best ways to get the intensity estimate when there's not aircraft available.
Tim Olander is a researcher at University of Wisconsin-Madison.
If we can improve the current intensity estimate, we can improve with the numerical models moving forward.
Models that show us where the weather could get bad. They get the estimate using the Advanced Dvorak Technique, or ADT for short. What is that, and how did it start?
Basically just pattern matching, looking at the tops of clouds and looking at their temperature structure and the structure of the rotation of the storm.
Modern technology builds on the manual technique developed in the 1970s by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration researcher Vernon Dvorak. This year, it's getting an upgrade within NOAA's operations.
Just another tool in their toolbox.
A toolbox that already uses data gathered from the so-called hurricane hunters. The 53rd Weather Reconnaissance Squadron is a component of the 403rd Wing located at Keesler Air Force Base in Biloxi, Mississippi.
Flown a lot of Gulf storms.
Lieutenant Colonel Mark Withy has been flying into these storms for 7 years.
We typically estimate that there's a 20 to 30% improvement in the reliability of those forecasts with the data we provide.
That reliability has improved significantly in the nearly 30 years since Hurricane Andrew devastated South Florida as a Category 5 storm.
Andrew was a remarkable storm.
Dr. Mark Barassa is a professor of meteorology at Florida State University.
We have better remote sensing, better calibrated. We have better aircraft observations, better calibrated. We know how to use the data better in models.
The National Hurricane Center says with this improved modeling, the forecast cone on maps will shrink up to 6% smaller in the 12 to 96-hour time frame. Data shows forecast errors at 48 hours out, or this green line on this graph, they've actually dropped from 200 nautical miles back in 1992 when Hurricane Andrew hit to just 50 miles last year.
If you're a homeowner, if you have anything like any structures in the area, it's worth paying attention to these things and preparing if you need to prepare.
Orlander says the upgraded Dvorak technique can give forecasters a better idea of how a storm is developing.
Because they have better estimates at the beginning of the storm, they can use that to improve their forecast going forward. And that includes not only intensity, but also the position of the storm.
Giving those in the storm's path even more time to prepare.
It's really very exciting.
ADT was developed by researchers at the University of Wisconsin-Madison Cooperative Institute for Meteorological Satellite Studies.
It's not just helpful in the Atlantic, but it can analyze tropical cyclones around the world, including those that form in waters around Australia, Japan, India, and Hawaii.